lucrative fishing tournaments also provide ripe settings for larceny, as this one did for some Texas fish rustlers.
We're here on beautiful Lake Wright-Patman here out of Texarkana with our first annual Camp Texarkana Open Bass Tournament. And we expect, in my opinion, approximately a 6 1/4 pound bass will probably take this $50,000 prize today. If I had a 6 1/4, I would think I possibly had the 50,001.
Now this is a long way from the old fishing hole. Because of such enormous prize money, fishermen come from all over the country to try their skill and luck. And not long ago, the Texas Bass Association found themselves in the midst of a scandal.
I can remember when we first started fishing pro tournaments back in 1967. And $5,000 was a total prize money. $2,000 to win, $1,000 for second, $500 for third, on down to about $100 for 10th place. Like in any other sport, once you get the dollars big enough, you're going to have some guys that's going to try to figure a way to beat the system, if you know what I mean, huh?
Okay, we have got a big fish here today. Bring him on up here to the scales, and we will.
We're fishing along there, and it is tough. I'm telling you, it's tough to get a bite, much less catch a big fish, you know. And toward the end of the day, they said, we just had a 12-pound, whatever ounce bass weighed in. He said, what did that radio say? I said, they said they had a 12-pounder weighed in. I said, it has to be a striper or catfish. I said, surely it's not a 12-pound bass this late. He said, I don't think if you drained it, you could find a 12-pound fish.
Not only did a fisherman named John Wade turn in a whopping 12-pound fish, but then his brother Archie had the nerve to submit a 9-pounder for second place. Something fishy here.
The first thing, when he walked up to the fish, you know, and we'd take it out of his hand to put it on the scales, we realized the fish had been, you know, I'll say had been frozen. We knew the fish was dead and spoiled. We flipped the gills up, you know, and look at them, and the fish was ruined, you know, spoiled. And that's when we asked him if he really wanted to weigh it in. Yes, you know. Well, we gave him a choice, you know, to walk out.
So the tournament officials gave them both lie detector tests. Do you believe it? And they didn't do too well either. Then their scheme really started to fall apart.
We had a fisherman to come up and tell us that he saw him at the little grocery store about 6 or 8 miles, you know, from the way inside. First, the fellow around the grocery store said he knew him, and he said they hadn't been any good ever. And he said, I don't want to get involved in this, see? So we talked to him a little bit and you know, told me he owed it to his people there that were fishing the tournament. He had a lot of, you know, neighbors. So he said, I'll tell you everything.
John Fox reporting from McCoy's Grocery in Maud, Texas.
So the investigation moved to McCoy's Grocery.
Texarkana Big Bass Open that was held at Lake Texarkana.
He just told us about it. So he told us everything about him. So they drove up in front of his place, pulled these dead fish out, took water hoses, washed them off, cleaned them real good, and you know, and put them back in the cooler box, and bought ice off of him and iced them back down.
In this, when you looked at the fish, supposedly the fish was caught at 6:30. Was the fish alive or dead when you saw him?
Very dead.
You said very dead, am I right?
The Wade brothers were disqualified, but even more bizarre is that they were allegedly just frontmen for a smuggling ring that specialized in big but out-of-town fish. Biologists discovered that the big bass came from Florida by land.